Yeah. So, well, tell us what do you want to talk about the good old days?
Well, let's start on your list here. Let's start with the clothing.
Uh, I, we were poor, so we wore whatever we got.
Well, my
But
dad,
but
and if I'm like your dad was a migrant worker, right?
he was a painter. Yeah,
He was a painter. Okay.
yeah. Painter and sheetrock.
Okay. So my dad was, a migrant worker because that's what his father did and all that. And then, but by the time I was born and the other kids were already gone, he started doing industrial painting, which made more money, but we would have to travel and we had more money and stuff. So, I mean, we weren't rich, but we were better off. So I grew up with more stuff than my brothers and sisters did because they were older than me. They were like 10, 12 years older than me. So, but by the time I was growing up, I remember buying those disco shirts with the big collars, and I would have the white shoes, platforms, and a white belt, and I would have those slacks. I forget the name of those slacks. Well, they were like these nylon slacks, and you would do the whole John Travolta move and everything. That was during disco. You don't remember all that?
Yeah, no, I do remember, and I definitely can believe that you would buy it and dress up like that. Because even in the '90s, you would try to find the latest styles, and sometimes they were a hit, and sometimes they were a miss.
You have to have to be not scared to fail.
And you weren't scared; you were pretty brave.
Yeah, but those were things that we had. Do you remember those?
You wore platform shoes?
Yeah. Well, I had some.
In fact, you know what? My son and I he was in from California, but he'd never seen Saturday Night Fever. And so we sat up and we watched Saturday Night Fever, and he loved it. He just thought it was great. And one of the scenes, one of the characters was wearing these platform shoes. He goes, "What the heck?" I mean, they were so exaggerated in that movie.
Yeah.
You know,
they haven't come back really.
No.
There was a time, in the 70s and by the 80s, by the end of that whole era didn't last very long. That was maybe 5-6 years, I think. I don't know. Disco era, it didn't last very long. And then in the 70s was also a lot of rockers. So you had those real low-waisted pants and bell bottoms.
The rockers that listen to what? Like Metallica,
Rolling Stones,
yeah,
all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
remember that big event was it in Chicago where these rockers? I mean, they hated disco. They hated people.
And they would burn the records.
And they had a big bonfire burning disco records,
and destroyed.
And that like marked the date where disco.
That happened at several cities. I remember there was.
Oh, really? In several cities?
Yeah, I remember the rock station here.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Did the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that they were. I don't remember exactly how it went, but they hated disco, and
I mean, not disliked it, not were annoyed by it.
it was popular for a while.
Hated. It was popular to hate
Because
disco.
I remember going to my junior high dance and busting a move on the dance floor. And I had a date. It was my second or third date that I've been on.
Busting a move.
And I had my platforms on, and I had my silk shirt with this kind of wacky design on.
Yeah.
A lot of colors.
Yeah.
And I was out there just shaking it.
I'm embarrassed for you right now. But back then, movies had such an impact in our culture. When Saturday Night Fever came out, disco exploded. And the look, the style, polyester, the dancing, it grew like wildfire, fast. And as fast as it grew, it crashed as well. But movies, not like today. I don't feel like that movies are a big part of our culture anymore.
Well,
that's influencing our culture in that respect.
Another one that's a movie like that was Urban Cowboy.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Urban Cowboy. All of a sudden, everybody wanted to be a cowboy.
And do you remember all the
Yeah.
trucker
Oh, yeah.
movies?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was cool to be country.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
remember.
remember like, why is everybody trying to be like me now? Because back then, you know, it wasn't that cool to be a cowboy or to wear a cowboy hat and jeans and stuff like that.
John Travolta made it cool,
Yeah.
and so everybody wanted to buy some
Yeah.
boots and hats,
Yeah.
and I think that made it such a big mark on our culture that even today, it stemmed from a lot of the music. The movie
Yeah.
was a big part of even
mean-
driving it today.
That soundtrack
Yeah, that
from Urban
soundtrack.
Cowboy
Urban
is just
Cow-
solid
well, the
gold.
soundtrack from Saturday Night Fever, it was amazing. With the Bee
Yeah.
Gees did that,
Bee
all
Gees
those
were
songs. So
amazing.
if you don't know the Bee Gees and you haven't heard of the Bee Gees, you need to play them. They're very good.
My kids and Willie,
Yeah, my son.
your son, they listen to old stuff.
Willie does. Willie puts on the music, and his friends go, "What the heck
For
are you?"
sure, the music back then was better than it is now.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. And I'll say something about that in a second.
Okay.
But Willie does play some of the songs of the Bee Gees with his friends, and they're in their 20s, early 20s, 23, 24, somewhere in there, and they like the Bee Gees. They like certain songs. Not all the songs, but certain songs.
Yeah. Well, nobody likes everything and everybody.
Well, true. But I just find it so funny when I hear that the young people today would listen to music that's 45 years old, and like it, not just like, oh, yeah.
If you notice, whenever you go to a restaurant or you go to a store, just listen to what's playing, on the speakers. It's not the latest stuff. It's stuff.
Well, the latest stuff is rap.
Yeah, it's 70s and 80s music mostly.
Yeah,
it's what you'll hear in the elevators or wherever, because just the music to me have more meaning. The words meant something,
I remember the song "Bye Bye America." Is it "Bye Bye America"?
Bye Bye Miss America.
It's just lots of memories when I hear that song, and and you just start singing along with it as soon as you hear it on the radio.
Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the
levee was dry. Yeah, that
came drinking whiskey,
and that's part of the good old days.
Yeah,
the music is it.
That is part of it.
The music.
That's definitely. Whenever you hear those songs, you remember the time when it came out, and it was on the radio. Radio was really big back then, if you remember.
Radio was it. There was nothing else. Well, I mean, you got TV, but for music, radio. You'd have to stay. If you want to hear your favorite song,
you have to wait for it.
You have to.
And I'll be sitting there with my little tape
recorder.
The tape recorder, and then it comes on. You had to hit it.
You had to hit it. And you
always try to
cut off the DJ.
But they
would talk right through the song.
But that goddamn DJ, won't shut the hell up.
They won't. Yeah, well, they did it on purpose because they know people would record it. Say, hey, KCOR, here's one song out for you. It's the most famous song going on right now, and then the music already starts playing.
Yeah, I would make my own mixtapes.
Yeah,
I would make my own mixtapes, and you had cassette, and then you put it in the car. But then the freaking DJ would come out. At the beginning and at the end.
Just buy the song. Why don't you just buy the cassette?
You just can't shut up. Because the purpose of the mixtape is to have all your favorite ones. That every song is the one you want to hear.
Compare that to today, where you can just put your playlist and mix,
like on Spotify.
Yeah, I mean, any song you want.
Yeah.
And back then, we're over here trying to capture the moment on tape. On AM radio or FM radio.
But the radio was the way, well, like in my small town, you could call into the radio station and you can do...
those stupid contests. The fifth caller, whoever calls the fifth caller will win free tickets to the Led Zeppelin. And so there you are going, oh, it's busy. Try again. They're busy. So I don't know how many times we did that trying to be the fifth caller or the 10th caller.
I don't listen to radio more. Do they still do morning talk shows?
I don't know. I don't listen to radio.
I know. Me neither. I'm either on YouTube or Spotify.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. I'm on YouTube or Spotify. I don't listen. The only time I get on YouTube TV is when there's a football game. basketball game, some
Yeah.
kind of sports game, and I go straight to the game. I don't after the game. I don't peruse the channels or anything. I have no interest in watching commercials and sitting for commercials. I just get out of there and go back to YouTube or do whatever.
You remember when Star Wars came out in '77?
Well, there's a, those are the movies had such an impact on our culture. Star Wars, I remember for the first time sitting there. I mean, if you could picture the quintessential child looking at the big screen,
Your life just changed.
it changed. It was like, what the heck am I
Movies
watching?
was never the same anymore.
It was an experience. It wasn't, you weren't just watching the movie. It's like, what the colors, the sound, the costumes, everything just came at you. It was over sensory.
There was something about it.
It was just
the technology that they used at that time. I mean, now I watch it and it's pretty ridiculous, but
No,
I see the
think it's
spaceship
still
and there's actually like flames coming out of it, smoke and all that. And it's like, there's no smoke in space.
No, well, for Star Wars?
You gotta have oxygen to have fire. No, it's on fire. It's like, it can't burn, but as a kid, you don't know that.
Well, I don't know. I still see the original Star Wars, and I still enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not as blown away, but I still enjoy the colors and the characters and all that.
The storyline was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, the new Star Wars are nothing compared to the old ones.
Back then, you used to have blockbusters coming out in the summer and in Christmas, and all the big movies came out. Star Wars, Jaws, Indiana Jones, those kind of movies came out during those big
Indiana
blockbuster
Jones.
Jones. Yeah.
That was in the 80s, right?
That was early 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, Harrison Ford. He was just coming off of Star Wars, and then he transitioned to another blockbuster.
And guess who's making all those movies back then? Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
Just hit after hit, all the way through the 90s through today.
yeah.
He's still making big movies.
I mean, there is some good movies here and there, maybe once a year that I'd see.
Maybe once a year.
Maybe once a year. It's pretty
but
good,
are
but
we-
pretty much they're.
Are we
Nah,
are we
they're flat.
being old fogies? Maybe because our time was better. Or
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
because,
I mean, like,
because when we were kids, that's what the older people said. Oh, you kids are
every
nothing.
generation talks about the last one. Like,
Yeah.
my kids, for a good movie to them is anime.
What's that?
Anime, the
Anime.
cartoon,
Anime.
the Japanese.
Oh, okay.
cartoon.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I can't stand it. To me, it's just
Yeah, it's
boring.
It's,
I don't
so
like
I've
it.
gone with them twice to go see it.
Yeah.
And I said, this stuff is depressing.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking
These
about.
anime guys are
Yeah.
like, kill themselves.
Really?
They have all these mental anguish. I mean,
Well, that's
and,
not good.
and our kids, I mean, our cartoons or whatever, it was about being a superhero or
Yeah.
being,
Yeah. No,
love a
superheroes.
girl or something.
Nothing but superheroes, like you said. That's true.
Yeah.
Superman, Batman, Robin, all these guys.
Yeah,
And it was a clear line. These are the good guys.
yeah,
and these are the bad guys.
Now it's like all confusing. The anime characters are all like complicated and confused about everything. It
Yeah.
confuses
Yeah.
all kinds of confusion and stuff like, who am I? What sex am I? And all kinds of stuff like that.
Mm.
But
Mm-mm.
I'm sure there was some kids that were like that, but for the most of us, we're just pretty normal.
Yeah. Well, definitely those. When I think about the good old days for me, I do think about those movies and being so excited to finally go see Jaws,
Yeah.
or finally seeing Star Wars 2.
You know what? I walked out of Jaws.
How come you didn't like it?
I got scared as hell.
Oh, you're scared. Yeah. It was scary. It was scary.
Me and my cousin went, and we
Wait
went
a
to
minute,
the
you,
Rialto.
but you were like 15, 16, right? No,
No,
probably
it was
14,
younger
13
than
or
that.
14. Yeah. Oh, Greece. But anyway, you were scared?
Yeah. And I went in there with Henry, and we sat down, and about
It was. I was
after
tense.
a few times,
Were you tense?
I said, Henry, I'm out of here. And I waited for him outside of
Really? It was tense, and then they made a big deal because it's in surround sound.
Well, I stood at the doorway and watched it from the screen, and I said, "No, it's still too scary, even back here." And I went out to the sidewalk.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was terrified. You know who else I used to be terrified? Godzilla.
No, Godzilla didn't terrify
And
me.
that was just a big guy in a suit and crushing these
No,
big little cities.
that's ridiculous. How can you be afraid of that?
I don't know. I was like 8 to 10 years old.
No, but Jaws certainly yes, because I was tense.
A
I
lot
was
of
tense.
suspense. I'm like the
Yeah, a
whole
lot
time.
of suspense. Yeah, from the start of the movie.
Yeah, even the music. It gives you
The
anxiety.
the first scene of the movie is this girl swimming in the kind of a bay area.
Yeah.
There was no music, nothing, and all you see is something pulling her down, and here goes the blood curdling scream. You know,
Yeah.
something was happening to her, and we knew it was a shark, but. Yeah,
They just found these pieces
so
on
you're
the beach.
tense the whole movie. Even the scenes where the movie's just starting and the police chief is going around town. Yeah, I'm still tense because it's like I know it's coming. Something's coming.
There's a lot of suspense, and you're
A lot
just
of
like,
suspense,
somebody's got to kill this thing. And they can't just kill him regularly. Like, no, they got to do something.
It
They
would have
gotta-
been funny, right? Oh, I got him, and
Yeah.
they just pull him in the boat and kill him. No, that was don't have spoilers out there, man. In case you
Yeah,
haven't
and
watched
the
it.
shark would get behind the boat and break the boat
Yeah.
and all
It was
kinds of-
good. It was a good movie. In fact, I watch a lot of today's movie reactions with people who, I've totally different. And, these people are in their 30s probably, or late 20s, early 30s. And they've never seen this movie. They've heard about it.
Yeah.
Rocky, another one.
Rocky.
Man, that is just, you walked out of that movie going, man, that was such a good movie.
Yeah.
Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, and
Yeah.
Rocky 4 and 5 were a little bit.
And it branched out to Rambo.
Yeah. Then he said, let's start Rambo.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were good old days for me too.
Yeah,
To-
for
to
us
remember.
anyway.
To
Those are
remember
the-
those times.
The big ones.
Yeah. Oh, Aliens.
Aliens.
Remember? I was watching Aliens like this. It's like I was
You know
afraid.
what was another one that I really liked?
Yeah.
Purple Rain, Prince.
You know what? Never gotten into it.
Never got into it.
But it was very popular.
But I was into Prince, so
Yeah.
there was nobody like him.
He just
Yeah.
looks sleazy to me. And I never knew his music, but I know that he was very popular. I know that a lot of people loved him.
His music was really good, man.
Maybe I'll listen to him now, and then I'll have an appreciation.
I don't think you just don't like that kind of stuff.
I don't know. Have you ever come across an artist later after either he's not popular anymore or she's not popular or a movie and then realize, man, that was really good, and you have an appreciation for it? I can't think of an example right now of an artist or
I
a
can't
movie
think of
or
one
something
either. I
like
don't
that.
Who would that would be?
Mhm.
I know in my early 20s, I started listening to some Beatle albums
Okay.
and didn't realize all the different
Yeah.
types of Beatles
Yeah.
there were. I was just used to the top,
The
their
top
top
hit
hits.
music,
But if
yeah.
you get in there's some pretty psychedelic shit in there. They were going through the acid
They
pretty
were.
hard.
They were having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one I can tell you about. Willie Nelson.
Okay.
I've listened to his music a lot lately. I knew Willie Nelson,
Yeah.
and I knew two or three of his most famous. "Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys." I grew up hearing that song, but then I didn't really have an
It
appreciation
didn't
for
resonate
him
with you. Yeah.
until the past 5-6 years when I said, "Man, this guy had his unique sound. And he sounds so good." And
Yeah, his voice,
just
it's
really
it's
good.
really-
And he's still with us. I mean, I think
Barely.
he's in his 90s and stuff, but.
He
Man.
played in New Broncos like last month.
Yeah, I'd like to see him again. I saw him when he was in his 80s.
But now they
thinking-
call him Willie and Family. So
Yeah.
I think there's like his son or
Yeah,
somebody
yeah, they
with
get
them.
on
I
stage
guess
with
they have to prop him up like a scarecrow.
Sing, Will. Sing it, Willie. But that's an artist that I completely appreciate now. Clint Eastwood, he's in his late. I mean, he used to be bigger than life,
He still is. I mean, in the movies, he is.
In the movies, he is, but I mean, just he's not
He
the
got
same
old.
person. Yeah. He got old.
He got old, but I mean, he's still other actors really appreciate speak highly of him, that of a man of character he is.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gene Hackman, good actor. Of course, he had a terrible ending, but
Yeah.
he had Alzheimer's, so I'm not sure he suffered or knew he was suffering. He probably just died of thirst or hunger or something, you know.
Didn't he have some beef with Trump?
No,
Was that not Hackman?
no,
Was it
not
Hackman?
Gene Hackman. No,
Oh.
no,
Okay.
not that I know of. No, because he was already elderly. I mean, he was elderly already, I think.
Yeah, he was in his 80s.
Yeah, and then died in his 90s. So
Oh, did he die in his 90s?
Yeah.
Did he make it to 90?
I think so.
Because his wife was only like not even 70 yet, I think. She was younger. She was Asian or something.
Yeah, she was Asian. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think she died first or something. And then he was, I guess, Alzheimer's. He didn't know what else to do. And he just starved to death or something.
Because he didn't know how to feed himself, and
Yeah.
and so when she died and she
Yeah.
was the caretaker.
So it must have been nobody was watching him. His kids weren't.
Yeah.
He's,
No, they lived. You know, they were living their lives, and
yeah. Well, I mean, I call my mom every day,
yeah,
you know. But I guess, you know, different families.
yeah. The good old days.